So I had to wait. So the same thing with Dune and Dune 2. I
Oh
love
God, yeah.
I love Dune from 1984. I watched the long version every time. I never waste my time on the short
Same.
version. And both times it came out, my wife did not want to go. And I'm like, I don't want to be the creepy single guy in the middle.
I know, I know. And
Like,
what I didn't
yeah,
we so Eternals. I was in El Paso. We were locked down, and being active duty, weren't allowed to go, so I couldn't go. So we rented it.
yeah.
But I was excited. Dune 2, perfect one. Cindy fell asleep during Dune 1, and I knew there's no way I was going to get her to go to see Dune 2. So I had to wait for it to come on HBO Max and
Yep.
watch it. Um,
Yeah, that's what the 82 inch is for. Just
Absolutely. And you could pause it when you want. You don't have to worry about people, coming out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super stoked for Dune Messiah. I cannot wait. It's gonna be
yeah.
3 or 4 years, probably, maybe 5. I know they've already they're doing it, and the director Villeneuve, I think
Yeah.
perfect writer director for each movie. So it's the same
Yeah.
vision, going on. But
And
yeah,
and I mean, he's trying to maintain what the books are doing. And with the Messiah, we'll really see if he's actually following it, since it hasn't really been touched. But I
this
like how he gave the characters different portrayals, but it was still along the same kind of like writing. So it worked. It worked well for being a new point of view on, or a new telling of the story, while still keeping the main part of it together.
Dune 3 sets. I just looked it up real quick. Dune 3 sets to release December of 2026.
Yeah,
So
I know that they were fast tracking it. I just didn't remember when. So
they made Dune 2 real quick, just because I'm looking at it. They made $711 million at the global ticket counter, making it one of the highest grossing movies. So again, I thought that was great. Man, it was so good. God, I thought the world building was amazing, and just I thought it was great. The ending
yeah.
was a little different for me than what I thought was going to happen.
Well,
Um,
and once I had heard that they were doing it, it made a lot more sense.
So I didn't.
That
So that was one. I didn't read anything on it because I wanted to see the movie. I wanted to see it, but you know,
I was really into that one just because I've loved Dune since I saw it the first time way back as a kid in the late '80s on
so
a VHS.
yeah. So same. My dad showed it to me when I was a kid,
Yeah,
and I watched it. And then when the movie was getting made, I was like, oh, the only thing I was kind of curious about was Chalamet as being the main character, just
yeah,
not just his persona, like how he is. He's
yeah,
puny, small, But I thought he did. I thought he did great. I thought he good. Rebecca Ferguson as his mother. Oh, she is
no,
just amazing.
no,
My
yeah.
God.
And I like how they were able to kind of get you up to speed on how things were
Yeah.
in this world, like why there weren't computers and things like that. Like they kind of build it up, whereas in the original, it was just one of those things like you got their subconscious conversations and then like maybe some filler, but you were just trying to stay along for the
But it's still a
ride.
classic, though. It's such
Yeah,
a classic,
no,
though. It's a classic. But on that story, they do a good background in Dune One. You could be never read the book, know nothing about it, and
yeah,
you obviously it'll take probably 2 or 3 watches though to catch all the minor details of it. But the overall main plot of the movie, like you could definitely see, feel like you're part of it. On this movie, I really thought they did a great job of world building to realize like where they're at versus other shows that do a very poor job of it, and it looks cheap.
yeah. So you said, you had to watch it a couple times.
Yeah,
Um, so Deadpool and Wolverine, how many times do you plan on watching that in the theater?
3. I already have tickets for 2,
I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna just enjoy it as much as I can.
and then go
And then
back and nitpick it.
well, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just see a review or two from some of the more trusted sites that I like to look at and see what I missed
Yep.
that were like apparent things that I just while in the moment watching the movie, and then I will go back and I'll be looking for those
Yeah,
things,
absolutely.
and then,
That's what I do.
and then yeah, and then I'll be while I'm doing that trying to take in more of what's going on in the background
Because
versus everything.
there's so many. I always like watching. There's one show I watch. New Rock Stars. It's a YouTube channel, and they break down trailers and movies, and they are autistic in their detail, but they have a whole crew doing it. But I always like to watch it and then watch the movie again. So I exactly said look for those things that I might have missed because I watched it when the first trailer released, and there's a few details I even missed on the trailer. I watched the trailer probably like 20 times. And there's one, I won't say it because it ties into another trailer and I don't want to ruin it for you. But I was like, man, I completely fucking missed that. So I rewatched the trailer again and I was like, it's right there in front of my face and I totally just right over the head, you know?
Yeah. No,
Obviously
and
when you
that's
have
the
a
thing. You're
crew,
like, yeah, you're involved in the moment. Be
yeah,
in the moment. Just
exactly,
enjoy.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like Endgame. Endgame, bro. I watched that movie probably 100 times because I
Yeah.
loved every aspect of it. But the first one was just I want to enjoy it and just soak it all
Yeah.
in, you know?
I'm kind of the same when it comes to like video games, like role playing games. I
Yep.
will play it beginning to end, just playing it. And I will never ever be able to 100% a game or
No.
whatever by doing
Yeah.
that. And then I'll go back and I'll do the new game plus or whatever, and then I'll pull up the walkthrough and see everything that I missed,
Well,
and I'll go step by step to
that's like
clean it
shooter
up.
games. You know, I'm really into shooter games, but like Call of Duty probably the best example. But I'll never do multiplayer first. I play the campaign the first time regular. I'll play it again hardened, and I'll play it again veteran to really understand the movement, the story, just to kind of get more involved in the online play. I mean, it's kind of not the same example, but I do like to uh appreciate the details of it and kind of know all of it. You know, um, with the one thing though with certain movies though, it's